What's up, Discourse Syndicate? Jay coming at you, and I wanted to give you a quick update on some TA. Been a while since we talked about this, right? So let's try and knock this out in maybe like 5 minutes. Just a few things to show. Not a lot has changed. Let's get rid of this, and then I'll basically show you what I do to add it. So I think the last time we talked, we were down here. So if we look back to the right, get my hat out of the way, then scroll out. It must be on the 1 day. But this is basically, this was our low liquidity node or low volume node on the VPVR, and it got front ran, so we didn't quite get to see that 10 or 9 cents. We saw equal parties exchange hands here, creating a square up, and then made our way back up. So I think I was talking about we'd want to see a break hook and go here as a upside target, and then we now see it made its way all the way back up to this blue line, green box, rejected that, sold off, and didn't quite get down to here, our other line, and now is looking like it's still cooling off, but maybe reversing on its way back up. Okay, so that is the story that is in front of us. Now, we just take some basic fibs. Look at this, go from top to bottom. And what you see here is it just about entered into the golden retrace. So 618 is the golden retrace with Fibonacci lines. Now it gets more interesting is if I chop off the wicks, which some people do, on both top and bottom, what do we got? Well, we touched it. So this green box, I don't actually remember when I put this on here, but clearly it's showing, improving its significance once again. We have a square up here as well at the bottom. Wicks definitely touched into that area and then sold off. This is very common. So retrace can, things can only go up for so long, and then when they retrace, they only go up for so long. So if we look off the bottom, what our percentage was, how much was this percent-wise? Well, let's go bottom to bottom, bottom to top, 185%. Okay, well, things got to cool off. So then it sold back off and was supported by the 236 retrace, right? So, which is a shallow retrace. Now, what else did I want to show you? Okay, so this is 3 day. Oh, real quick, the momentum, what we're looking at here is nothing significant, but it's cooling off. You see this little green positive momentum island looking like it's coming to an end, back to the halfway point or the midline, right? And the RSI is definitely cooled off towards the midpoint in this pink box, which is considered oversold and overbought, right? So right in the middle is a good place to kind of settle to build up more momentum, more steam, yeah? Now, 1 day. Yeah, I wanted to talk through scenarios of what we've got. Well, it looks like we got a little square up here as well on a 1 day, and we're just chilling right here at 23 cents. So here's what I would expect is maybe this got front ran, right? But maybe we get something like this to where it just kind of like ranges. And all we're looking for this to do here is build up momentum. Because again, remember, people are price, price is people. So it needs to build momentum. There needs to be narratives. There needs to be fundamental stuff, right? We've got PulseX sacrifice going on right now. We've got narratives flying around that, right? So it needs time to build momentum. So this is ideally what we'd like to see is it moving between blue line and purple line, essentially making this range. Yeah, and this is pretty big range, by the way. So this is a 43% or so range. So just keep that in mind. And ideally, this is what we'd like to see. Now, let's paint the bad scenario or the worst case scenario of what we really don't want to see. All right, that would look like this. Is you see this reject and fail, bounce here, come up, test this, so break hook and go, but to the downside and work our way back down towards here. So for it to then break this big W bottom that we had and come back down here and sit would be a huge indicator to me that this still needs some serious time to correct, a cooling off period, and that we shouldn't expect it to really move for a while. In terms of timeline wise, it would take a while. It would take months for this thing to really start moving again. If this is the case and it breaks this trend now and continues on its way down here. And then let's hope it stays here and settles, right? Which I think it probably would find some sort of base or floor at this point in the 9 and 10 cent range, because a lot of people were waiting for 9 and 10 cent range to buy again. Will it get there? I don't know. I'm just painting possible up scenario and possible down scenario. As we continue to get more data, we'll be able to understand and make that determination, right? I think that's all I wanted to share with you. So for now, we're just keeping an eye on it and seeing what it does. And this is what you do with assets a lot of times is with Hex especially is it takes time for these moves to play out. It usually moves slower than bigger, market cap or bigger liquidity cap coins like Bitcoin, etc. There was a time when Bitcoin moved like that too, though, and it was super slow. It's just that time has passed, and there's so many players now in that market that you usually don't get that. All right, so that's it. Here on a 1 day, again, we're already flipped negative, and so we're just building out this side of it. As long as this stays here in ranges, who cares what this is really doing? We're just waiting for it to kind of pass its time and build momentum towards the upside again. So upside target would definitely be to get back up here to the green box, the blue line, and to challenge this level again and break above it. And then we would be on our way back towards the all-time highs. All right, that's all I got for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Comment below if you got a question or just want to comment for the algorithms. Like this video, does the same thing, and subscribe and hit the bell notification if you haven't already. See you next time.